further problems as far as that is concerned, because it will mean that Comores and Lesotho, who play a bit later on this afternoon in Johannesburg, will have no say as far as the direct competition is concerned. They certainly can play in the final round of qualification as spoilers as far as the group is concerned. As things stand in the group, Ivory Coast on the live table will be in second place with 10 points. Zambia on top with 12. Comores and Lesotho yet to get their match underway. It should be starting any moment now. But, they would be on 4 and 2 points respectively on a live table. Really all things in favour of these two sides to once again qualify for the African Cup of Nations finals. It looks as if there's a change about to be made by coach Jean-Louis Gazette. And who's going to come on is Simon Adinga. So Idrissa Doumbia on debut, who's been playing in a left-back position, is going to make way. Simon Adingra will come on in his place. So Simon Adingra, he's on. He's only 21 years old. Plays his football at Union Saint-Gilloise in Belgium, after having played in Norway. Second half gets underway then at the Levium Wanawasa Stadium. Zambia 1, Ivory Coast 0. Goal did come from an own goal though. Pressure on the left-hand side of attack coming from Emmanuel Banda. An own goal from Serge Aurier, separating the two teams in the 32nd minute of play. Simon Adingra comes on for his debut cap for his country. On the 1st of January 2002. Are we going to see the Ivory Coast side just go through the motions in the second half, knowing that they have already qualified? Therefore, Zambia slipping through to qualify in round 5 already, with matches still to come in the final round for Zambia against the Comores and Ivory Coast against Lesotho. At that stage, if the scoreline remains as it is, either Lesotho or the Comores will have any further say in Group H, and it will be Zambia and Ivory Coast through to the final. Zambia on the brink of it, the Ivory Coast already through. But for Ivory Coast to apply any sort of pressure to Zambia, they'll have to score twice without reply, and then Zambia to look out for the results later this afternoon between Lesotho and the Comores. Success there for the Comore Islands, and suddenly Zambia will be looking over their shoulders a little bit before they go into their final round match away on the islands in September. How much pressure really is Jean-Louis Gazette under? You always want to win, you always want to maintain a winning run as well as a coach. There's no doubt that this match is no exception. Through. Might have been an own goal in the first half by Serge Aurier. Nothing wrong. The goal from Benson Jaka 3 minutes into the second half. Zambia lead by 2 goals to 0. Looking for their first victory in a match where the scores differ. You understand what I mean? That's a goalless draw in the Cup of Nations final in 2012. No penalties. Celebration around Polo Land, that was for sure. Today they lead by 2 goals to nil. Twice, Yaya Folly has covered himself in glory. Nicely well advised to Pinasunzu, the veteran. Cannot possibly hope for a better start than what Chipolo have achieved in the second half of this one. Gislen Conan looking for a way through from his left back position. 27-year-old who plays at Al Nasri, Saudi Arabia. No change at all. The facial expression of the 69-year-old Frenchman. It's not going according to plan for the Ivory Coast as yet. They want a point out of this match. Suddenly, they have to score twice without reply. 2 minutes. Or even more than that. Forward by Conan. That's a little awry from Frank Kessie. And maybe a little unkindly booing the Ivory Coast side. Spoke a little bit earlier about Hugo Renard. What success hasn't he enjoyed in his life when he took the Zambian side to victory over the Ivory Coast in 2012? And went on to coach the Ivory Coast to the title over Ghana on penalties themselves in 2015. Coached Saudi Arabia at the FIFA World Cups in Qatar. Most recently, coaching the French women's side. Tremendous bloke, Hervé Renard. He'll be remembered fondly in Chipolo land. Opportunity now for Zambia to cause even further problems. Sakala waiting on the left-hand channel. Ball back to Daka. Wasn't a particularly good one. Sakala, everybody's hungry in the colours of gold and black. That flashes across the face of a goal of folly. Zambia enjoying their afternoon suddenly. On the other side, angle ball from Sangare. Straight out of play, and Cote d'Ivoire certainly don't have the nonce at the moment to take on the Zambian outfit. We're seeing not much in the way of a change of facial expression from the one coach, Efren Grant, who certainly does have a little bit of animation about himself. Numbers behind the ball here for Zambia. Mulenga making sure that he has the defence to depend upon. Back in their starting lineup. And his 4th appearance for the national side. The back post! With their hand on it from Mulenga. Didn't come off the upright. Ivory Coast denied. Simon Adinga. Again, it's knocked away by Mulenga. Got to get back on his line quickly. Dinga looking dangerous. Appeals for a penalty by Cote d'Ivoire. Very, very meek attempt at an appeal, to be honest. Kessie. Sangare. He's knocked away by Musonda. Once again, Sakala can mount. What was 2 turns into 3. Zambia can sense that they're on their way to the Ivory Coast in about 7 months' time. The emphatic scoreline, if ever you've seen one. Zambia 3, Ivory Coast 0. We're only 10 minutes into the second half. Sakala causing problems to the much changed starting lineup from Jean-Louis Gazette. Zambia did score 3 against Lesotho in a previous encounter. That was on the 23rd of March this year. Ashton Sakala grabbing the goal and got that scoring twice within 4 minutes of each other. The home fans will be delighted with the performance today. Yeah, it's not over in the 56th minute, is it? They are playing against the Ivorian side, who are ranked higher than Zambia on the African continent. But today, might not have said so. The defendants of the Ivory Coast performance today will say, yeah, well, there's 6 changes made by the coach. We've already qualified because we're hosting. Don't read too much into it. Well, the Zambian fans would beg to differ. Kessie to Bram Sangare once again. Pick up from Jonathan Bamba. There's a matter of anxiety when his players push forward the way they do. All headed away by Stupila Sutsu. Pick up here from Conan. Second ball again to the Ivorians with the Simon Dingra. Just a little trip there on the latest of the goal scorers for Zambia, Kings Kangwa. Mounts his protest to the referee, as does Stupila Sutsu. Not sure that the referee should be pushing players around. Helped back to his feet by the man who fouled him, Simon Dingra, the only substitute used by Rico Silva. Well, may they celebrate amongst the bleachers at the Levin Wanawasa Stadium. All the way by Lawrence Willenga, flicked back by Eric Bailey. Dingra goes all the way back to his defence once again, and Zambia not only playing beautifully on the counter, but they're defending back in numbers as well. And one of the problems we saw for the Ivory Coast when Zambia push forward with the pace that they have through Darkins and Kala Kangwa and Lubamba Masondo, Emmanuel Banda, is that the Ivory Coast players weren't really man marking. Now, what's going on here? Looks like a yellow card maybe to one of the players, or a bit of pushing and shoving, and I'm not sure that Frank Kessie needs to get involved in that. Not sure that Roderick Cubway shouldn't just take his punishment either. As his hands full for the moment, as Mr. Wayesa. Roderick Cubway, well, Zambia's leading by 3 goals to nil. Can't imagine that Roderick Cubway should be getting involved in something unnecessarily. Ibrahim Sangare saying, well, your elbow, didn't you? Steady in today, an elbow right on the jaw. That's well deserved of a yellow card by the South African-based defender. And you had an hour of football in Ndola. Zambia lead by 3 goals to nil. 2 goals within the space of just a couple of minutes in the second half. A clean sheet so far for this man, Lawrence Willenga. It's been an afternoon that the faithful, whether they are watching from home or whether they've come to the stadium, will relish. They are playing against an Ivory Coast side, and any Ivory Coast side is worth their weight in gold and will always be a danger. Corner for Bamba. The angle of the header was a good one. So, for that matter, was the approach on the right-hand upright of Lawrence Malinga's goal. However, the pace of the ball was just a little strong for the Ivory Coast attackers. About to make some more changes then are the Ivory Coast. And Mbamba is one of the players that's going to come off. Crasso, who hasn't really been effective at all, is going to come off as well. He comes off for Max Gradle. And Sylvanus will come on for Kunate. All of a sudden, Jean-Louis Gazette ringing the changes. No changes made by Avram Grant as yet. Zambia lead by 3 goals to 0. Hit away by Frankie Masonda. Ivory Coast continuing with their threat from Simon and Dingra. Now, what are the change players going to offer for the Ivory Coast? Really do have some serious firepower. Max Gradle coming on for his 104th appearance, 17 goals to his credit as well. Absolute legend, plays at Sivaspor these days. That's Max Gradle, 35 years old. Much that he would have seen in his life. Max Gradle started at Leicester City in 2006, went on loan to Bournemouth and Leeds United, signed with Leeds United in 2010, then went to Saint Etienne, back to the UK with Bournemouth, went on loan to Toulouse where he finally signed to the end of 2020 season and has been with Sivaspor since 2020. Adigra, Sladigra. Lovely work done on the left-hand side. Cut out well, though, by the Zambian side. Again, it's counter-attack football. Uchipolo Polo. No way through for Fashion Sakala. There's an opportunity for the Ivorians, and they can't even make that one count through Sankare. And time and space. Short blast to the whistle on a couple of occasions by the Ethiopian referee, Mr. Wayesa. Look at this again. Just overdid it a little and then tripped himself up, did Fashion Sakala. Karim Konate is also on for the Ivorian side. 19 years old and already making his 6th appearance for the Ivorian national side. He's based in Austria with Liefering. It's an impressive looking scoreline. Let's see what Jean-Louis Gazette is attempting to do. Appeals for a penalty, and the referee is saying to the Ivorians, get back to your feet, I'm not giving anything for that. Adingra closest to the action. And that happened after the whistle had gone initially, and then there was a foul on the goalkeeper as well. Just to complete the substitutions, then there's an injury in the Zambian camp. Jean Kouassi has also come on to the field of play. Jean Everard Kouassi, a 28-year-old, plays in China with the Zhejiang. Making his 13th appearance today. He's only got one international goal, Jean Kouassi, but give credit to coach Gasset. It was the challenge between Stapula Sunzu and Simon Adingra. Footballing incident, says the referee. Another substitution coming then for the Ivory Coast, and Eric Bailey, the centre back, is going to make way. Nick Badu will come on in his place. Manuel Badu, 26-year-old, who comes on for his 4th appearance. Plays for Reims, who ended 11th in Ligue 1 in France. Still, we don't have any changes that have been made by Zambia yet. Nice work by Adingra. Keeper parries it away, it'll be a corner. Suddenly the Ivory Coast are pressing forward with some intent. Karim Konate looking for his first international goal. It's a good ball from Adingra, and since he's come on, he really has applied himself rather nicely. Touch there from Roderick Kabwe. Zambians looking for a foul. Nothing from Mr. Wayesa, the Ethiopian referee. Again, it's Adingra. 21-year-old has shown some good skills since he's come on. And this should be easy for Kings Kangwa. Another injury in the Zambian camp. Get together as well, Mr. Pilasutu again speaking to the rather diminutive Ethiopian official who is 42 years old. He became an international referee in 2009, but has been refereeing since 2003, so a 20-year sojourn for Mr. Bamlak Tessimawiyesa. The fans that have packed themselves into Living Wanawasa Stadium today have had a good afternoon of things. Only 20 minutes remaining. Zambia looking to go top of Group H in qualification for the AFCON after a 3-year absence, or 3 tournament absence. The ball is Tandin Wabe. It's all attack from the Ivory Coast at the moment. This is going to be a test of the Zambian outfits. Kessie and Sangare has been a common theme in the midfield for Cote d'Ivoire. Now players running off the ball. That'll be a corner. Let's see the body language, the intent from the Ivory Coast to get on with matters. Another deep corner. Wasn't really that well controlled. Ball whipped away from in front of Kessie. Citizens Company doing just enough at the moment. Well, we going to see finally some substitutions coming from the Zambian side. There are players lining up. See Makvan has stripped off, but he certainly is doing a little bit of a warm-up routine. Zambia looking for some consolidation. They lead by 3 goals to 0. Baba Masonda. Has been impressive since he came on as the first substitution. Came on for Idrissa Doumbia. Well timed in the challenge as well from the 21-year-old. And Iwape with a long throw effort. Second ball for Zambia. That's a shot that needed saving. Fans applauding that situation. Kapumbu wide. Yeah, it's a venomous effort, and the keeper maybe unsighted with the ball coming through between Emmanuel Agbadu, the other Zambian attackers, that he didn't commit himself to saving with his hands, but accomplished clearing with the legs. Big figure of Dystopia Suntu. How they'd love to keep a clean sheet today. All Zambia. Kept a clean sheet only once. That was away against Lesotho. In round 4. Meantime, another opportunity for Makvan. Second ball here for Passion Sakala. There's a bit of space here for Daka. Should have hit that first time, I fancy. Pick up from Kapumbu. Sonda, Sutu, Wape. Big fella once again. Ivory Coast had a huge flurry of attacks once they'd made the 5 substitutions that they've made already. There's a chance for Jean Kouassi. Way by Tanti Mbappe is the clearance. Zambia seem to have soaked up that measure of pressure. Only 15 minutes remaining in second half stoppage time. Zambia looking to go to the top of Group H with an emphatic victory at home to continue with their home unbeaten run and revenge over the Ivory Coast, who scored 3 when they met in round 1 on the 3rd of June. Zambia 3, Cote d'Ivoire 0. An emphatic way to beat the Ivory Coast in a match with goals for the very first time. Surprise on the face there of the captain, Baba Masonda, with the free kick going the way of the Ivorians. Referee has been strict but fair. Ghislaine Conan. This will be a massive boost for Zambian football and particularly for Abraham Grant. Preparation for the African Cup of Nations finals. So one match to play for both of these sides, which will happen in September. Zambia away against Comores. Ivory Coast at home against Lesotho. But I suggest that it's not going to make any difference with both of these sides already having qualified through the group stages. A digger into the middle, a chip from Kessie. It's an opportunity for a goal, it's offside. Far-side assistant referee, Mr. Pasika Huarashet. Was very, very level as far as the play was concerned. There would be a bit of a suggestion, I think, that Stabilis might have played him onside. In fact, the Ivory Coast might feel a little hard done by. All I have to do is look at the big scoreboard up on the northern side of the Levi Bonamassa Stadium, and it'll tell them that they've only got themselves to blame, really. That goal from Aurier started the damage in just the 32nd minutes. Zambia leading by a goal to nil at half-time. Touch here from Karim Kunate. Looking for Kouassi. Finally, Lawrence Mulunga has to make a save. Ivory Coast absolutely dominating as far as corners are concerned. Zambia have only had one, and it was in the first half. Corner by Max Gradle, the veteran. Knocked away by Stabilis. Still second ball to the Ivorians, and one feels the final 12 minutes and stoppage time is going to see Zambia having to soak up miles and miles of pressure. I think the whistle's gone, by the way. Questions being asked by Lubaba Masonda, the diminutive 20-year-old midfielder who plays in Denmark. It certainly did look as if there was a foul on Frank Kessie by Kings Kangwa. The last thing that Zambia want to do now is to concede a goal of any nature and open the door to perhaps foraging Ivorian finish to the encounter. One can maybe understand why Makvan hasn't made any substitutions as yet. The team is working well together. They're combining, they're foraging, they're defending, and giving anything away as the Ivorians have done in this match, particularly on the counter-attack. That has been the success of Chipolo Polo today. This is a Group H encounter. Ultimate round of qualification for AFCON 2024. Referee makes sure where the Zambian defence have to be positioned. These anxious moments for Lawrence Mulunga. The Ivory Coast beat Zambia on the 3rd of June. It was a 3-1 scoreline with Darker getting the lone goal for the Zambians. And we're going to see a similar scoreline this afternoon. Opportunity for Max Gradle. 35 years old, 104th appearance today, 17 goals. Can he add to that tally with 10 minutes remaining? Look at the line of defenders from the Zambians. Gradle! Stripped over the top by Mulunga. It's a lovely free kick. It's more defending to be done. Might have been dipping just enough. Header away, but second ball again to the Ivory Coast with Ghislaine Conan. Frankesi. Pick up by Manuel Akbadu. Max Gradle. Still Max Gradle will force the corner out of Kelvin Kapumbu. Corners are mounting in all sorts of succession for the Ivory Coast at the moment. They take this one quickly as well. Adingra. Got Gradle outside of him, but Adingra goes on his own. Space at the back post. That's a good piece of defending. Ivory Coast finding on all measure of pressure at the moment. Adingra once again gets himself involved. The 21-year-old has been very, very impressive off the bench. With the free kick again from Max Gradle. Wants it tipping under the crossbar. Malenga couldn't take any chances. It was coming down. Gravity playing its part. No uncertain terms. Nice save as well from the 26-year-old Cowboy Warriors-based goalkeeper. Time since I visited the Railway Stadium, Godfrey Chitaru Stadium out in Broken Hill Town, Kabwe. Opportunity for the Baba Mazonda. Easily defended by Conan. Again, it's a good ball to the back post for the Zambians. Tell you what, the danger wasn't really averted. If Handsome Darkin stayed on his feet, it might have been a different result to that attack. He seemed to fall over and then he stayed down. Now there is Darker. Instead of getting back to his feet where he could have been involved under the crossbar. Stayed down. Clearance coming from Simon Delhi. Only their second corner kick of the match, Zambia. During the first half, two creative efforts, nothing on target from the Zambians. A lot changed in the second half. Corner from Banda, punched by Foley. Put away from the danger zone by the Ivory Coast. Pick up again though by Kangwa. Kangwa again involved. Fashions Akala. Suddenly wide on the right hand side. This is great work by Kangwa. Skewed across to the far post. Foley does just enough to keep out the danger that is Patson Taka. Zambia doing the right things at the moment. They're staying on the attack. They're applying pressure. They're not allowing the Ivory Coast possession and time with it inside of their own half. Challenge by Sun Tzu. Crowd favourite here, you can hear that clearly. Nice pick-up from Frank Kessie. Second ball again as the referee gets himself away from the danger zone. Nice ball to Jean Kouassi. It's going to be a goal kick as well to Zambia, which will be disappointing for the Ivory Coast. With 5 minutes remaining in regulation time and a bit of stoppage time to be added on by referee Bamba Kintesimo Wayesa. The money's surely got to be on a Zambian victory. It would have been since that third goal scored by Kings Kangwa in the 55th minute. Hold the lead now for half an hour. The 3-0 lead, that is. They've never been behind in the match, Zambia. This scoreline does turn into a result. It will decide Group H. Conan. Well watched by Roderick Kabwe, the only man to have picked up a yellow card in the match so far. Another minute elapses The stadium clock at Libya Wanawasa and Tola. There'll be plenty of parties on tonight, won't there? Zane Conan, Simon Dingra. Dingra on the overlap, well watched though by the captain, Sonda. Sonda does the job again. One has to be impressed with the Zambian preparation, the way they have approached this encounter today. Kawasi looks for an opportunity for the Ivory Coast. Still no substitutions find their way for Avram Grant. Kawasi, still Kawasi. Kapumbu gets himself in the way. Clearance this time from Stupila Sunzu. Talking about that Zambia to have a substitute that is lurking here the halfway line. That's Makvan. 3 goals without reply for Zambia today. This is Dingra. Oh, Dingra with a shot. Knocked back by Stupila Sunzu. Wide by Kessie. There are white jersey bodies in the penalty area. Oh, that's dismal. Shikala's had a good match on the left-hand side for Chipola today, but he's not going to play 90 minutes. And Makvan, the 22-year-old, comes on for his 8th cap. And a yellow card for Passion Sakala for time wasting. The jests. The referee says, well, you better get off, mate, because I've got another card in my pocket. Patson Darker says to Passion Sakala, look, keep a clean head, mate. We're leading by 3 goals to 0, don't be silly. Or something to that effect. Makvan with an opportunity. Plays for Lecce in Italy, finished 16th. Lecce in Serie A. Eighth appearance, as I said, for the 22-year-old. Probably plays as a right winger. As Passion Sakala is playing as a left-handed striker. Let's see where he has come on for a little cameo run here. Makvan. We're into the final minute of regulation time in Ndora. Wherever Zambian supporters are watching this one, it's going to be a lot of satisfaction, a lot of hope before the African Cup of Nations finals. Maybe an opportunity for them again to taste the glory of success that happened 11 years ago. Hit away by Manuel Embadu. Fans have enjoyed their afternoon. It all started with their own goal from Aurier. Second half has been an impressive one for Zambia. I say that because they came under such an enormous amount of consolidated pressure from the Ivory Coast. And they haven't given anything away yet. This match moves into second half stoppage time. Stupila Sunzu all the way back to Mulenga. Sunzu will do the pickup. 4 minutes added on by referee Wayesa. Doesn't really seem any point, does there? But rules are rules. Frank Kessie, Conan, Dingra, Kessie again. The man in the picture was Max Gradle. And then all of a sudden it goes awry, and on the far side, Makvan is playing on the left-hand side. This is Kapumbu. Just in the nick of time getting back to his feet as he slipped over there. Makvan. No damage done for the Italian-based striker come winger. Frankie Busonda goes back to Mulenga. very, very happy. The scoreline remains as it is, and he keeps himself an international clean sheet. Headed away by Folly. Conan. Kabwe has to be wide awake to the prospects on that occasion. So for that matter does Emmanuel Banda. Emmanuel Banda's had a fine match for the Zambians. This is Kelvin Kapumbu. Solid in the holding midfield. 3-0 scoreline. Nearly half of the allotted additional time by the Ethiopian referee has elapsed. Ivory Coast will have a free kick here. Substitution to be made. Looks like Cletus Chalmers going to come on. Have to wait for this next Ivorian corner kick by my account. That's up to double figures for the Ivory Coast. Oh, the head is over the top from Simon Daly. Might be the final chance for the Ivory Coast today. Put himself in a good position, Delhi. That is number 11 for the Zambian side, and that's Bradley Boya. This is football in South Africa. Dennis Bradley Boya. 28-year-old with his 13th appearance for the national side today. Plays at Amazulu on the east coast of South Africa. Finished in 12th position with his new outfit. Rally Bolia. It's one of the squad players against Lesotho. Didn't come off the bench though. Does come off the bench today. Bolia, a very famous name. Zambian football. So only 2 substitutions made then by the Zambian coach, as we are now just less than 25 seconds away from the final whistle in Dola. Solid performance from Zambia today. They don't want to leave with a blemish in the goal, but Azindra can cause that sort of problem. Kawashi not able to control. Zambia looking to escape once again. This is Lamek Banda. Lovely work by the substitute. Looking to slot the ball through to Petson Darker. Now the switch of play out towards Masonda. Baba Masonda, space in the back post. It's almost as if Lamek Banda arrived too early for the header. Well, it's a lovely opportunity, and Joey arrived. Didn't they let the ball come to him? It doesn't matter anyway. The final whistle has been sounded. A revenge for Zambia for the loss in round 1 on the 3rd of June against the Ivory Coast. They go top of the table. Zambia win today emphatically by 3 goals to 0.